Fortnite contains so many little details, from secrets and skins to new seasons that got teased years before release. These are 50 crazy hidden details in Fortnite. Like Cypher's icon glider. If you take a closer look at the dragon's hand, you'll actually notice it's got a bow tied to it. The same bow can be spotted on Cypher's microphone and was actually given to him by his wife when they very first met. And Zeus's skin also has something sentimental within his locket, which you can't see in-game normally until you go into replay mode and glitch inside, which actually reveals a picture of Aphrodite, who I thought he was in love with, but turns out is actually his daughter. C-Day was a huge Fortnite creator, and Epic Games decided to give him a little shout out, actually adding him as an NPC into the game during Chapter 2. It used the skin Raptor, which is a skin he uses in his video, and you can see the description on screen here, specifically mentioning his challenge videos, which we all know he used to love to do during Chapter 1. And with the recent Korra collaboration, Fortnite actually took the original artist for the Legend of Korra comics and got her to draw both of the two loading screens that are available in-game for the Korra collaboration. And some of you keen-eyed players will notice that on the Chapter 5 island is a giant foot at Mount Olympus that actually has 6 toes, which is actually a reference to Lost, a show that featured a very similar foot statue but only had 4 toes. And if you've ever picked up a shadow bomb before and taken a closer look at the actual item, you'll see that the design for the grenade is actually designed to match the head of a dragon with metal teeth and holes for nostrils and screws for eyes. A number of times I've used these and I never actually noticed this. And Epic Games actually gave themselves a shout out during the Fractured live event where 2 players could be spotted running over the giant Cuddle Team leader head during the Fracture event cinematic. And this is actually a nod and reference to the very first Fortnite trailer in 2014 where the characters did the same thing across their logo. Fortnite teased the release of the flare gun years before it actually came out, as we first saw it in a short played during the 2019 World Cup as Jonesy picked the flare gun out of a box that contained a number on it. This number was the planned release date for Chapter 2 Season 3, which ended up being pushed back a little bit. It was the exact time that the flare gun was actually released and put into the game years later. During Chapter 4, there was a POI called Faulty Splits that was actually in the game for the shortest time ever. It contained a little Easter egg where if you went to the bowling alley and looked at the scores, it actually contained names of some of the Fortnite developers on the leaderboard. But it's not the only time Fortnite have given us a secret message. It's during the 2023 Star Wars event. Epic added its own event page, and at the very bottom, as we got towards the end of the event, they added text from the galactic language that actually translated to Order 66. And an amazing Easter egg that would actually change your in-game voice but hasn't been brought back for 3 years was during Fortnitemares 2020, where if you turned into a shadow, entered the sideways, or had an alien parasite on your head, and you talked through your microphone, it sounded super distorted and weird. The snap emote was first added in Chapter 1 Season 4, but was later changed so that if you used it during the Infinity War LTM and snapped as Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet would actually light up just like the movie, and when the Thanos skin was later released, it would also be reactive to the snap emote as well. When gold bars were first added in Chapter 2 Season 5, they initially had the Imagined Order logo on it, but Epic Games decided to backtrack on that, later removing the IO logo in favor of a V-Bucks icon, as I guess they decided to retroactively change the Fortnite story a bit. Between us all, we've probably picked up the tactical shotgun since Fortnite's release millions of times, but if any of you notice, there's actually a monitor on the gun where you're actually playing a classic game of Snake. And if any of your cosmetics contain flame elements and then you enter the water, they'll actually temporarily be extinguished, including pickaxe or back blings. A really cool bit of attention to detail. And the Howl emote has a secret version with only a 1% chance of playing, where instead of howling, the emote actually plays a lamb bah sound. In the first season of Chapter 2, the very center island actually had its own secret. If you took a look at the outline of its island, it actually perfectly matched up with the outline of a Chapter 1 island. And we all know that when you build, you pull out a blueprint paper, but did you know that when you swap between materials, it'll actually show that change on the blueprint paper you're holding as well? And when Fortnite released the Rex skin back in 2018, they messed up a little bit. The skin is actually just Jonesy with a Rex helmet on, and ever since release, you can actually see a bit of Jonesy's hair sticking out of a T-Rex head, and it's never been changed since. And Fortnite gave a little nod to the song that actually inspired the original Fortnite default dance by adding it into the very first Fortnite Festival season pass. The song Poison was actually playing during the scrub scene when Turk performs the default dance elements that ultimately inspired the Fortnite emo. As we all know, when players get eliminated, they normally turn to pixels and get taken away by a robot. But Darth Vader was different, as if you took him down, he would actually kneel, getting his very own custom animation to make sure that it stays canon to the Fortnite story where Vader can't be eliminated, and was the only custom elimination animation until Peter Griffin came along. And make sure you watch out, because if raptors are on the map, they can actually open up doors, even doors that you've custom edited into a wall. And this is because just like in Jurassic Park, they can also open doors as well. A really fun fact about Midas, shared from Donald Mustard at Epic Games, is that he was originally going to have glasses on his skin, but 2 days before release, they decided to scrap it and remove it. But they didn't remove it from his statue, which actually still contains his glasses being worn. The Baby Yoda pet, released as a part of the Mandalorian promotion, will actually change over time, as a Yoda will eat, drink, and play with random items from his container. He's also reactive to incoming fire, and if you start taking damage, he'll start hiding and closes the container as you get here. In the Chapter 2 launch cinematic, the opening shot actually tells us how the map is going to turn to Chapter 3, but the camera actually flips around and rotates 180 degrees as the black hole expands, which meant nothing to us until 2 years later, and the whole island got flipped to reveal the Chapter 3 island. And when applying certain wraps, it actually applies that wrap to the bullet as well. It's only really noticeable when slowing down footage in replay mode, and also spotted when doing certain reload animations too. And in the Zero Crisis finale cinematic, Epic Games hid a real-life address. The address could actually be seen on the side of Ellen Ripley's truck. It's actually the real-life address of Epic Games headquarters. Cameo vs. Sheik Battle Pass skin from Chapter 2 is listed as reactive, but it's super unclear what it is, because it's only visible when you actually aim down sight, with her glasses secretly lighting up to show a display, and can only be seen if you go into replay mode or if another player's looking at you. And the first ever Star Wars collaboration added special hologram emotes that performed actions from the movie, where normally it just used props as holograms. But if you equip the right pickaxe, they changed to show the actual props in the emo. Kirby was planned to be a Nintendo collab coming to Fortnite, and could be spotted during the Party Royale launch trailer in 2020, but for some reason it got scrapped, and Epic Games ended up having to change the trailer to blur Kirby out. If you use the bush item to try and hide and then move between different biomes, the actual coloring of the bush will change to match the bush styles depending on which part of the map you're in. These changes also apply to the Cheer Up emote, which uses bushes as well. The John Wick skin has multiple styles, and one of them is damaged with bullets stuck in his suit. The set also has an emote called Bulletproof, which if you normally use will see bullets dropping out of you, but if you use this emote whilst wearing the damaged John Wick skin, it'll actually take the bullets out of his suit. For those of you that pay attention to the kill feed, there are actually some secret messages that can play in there, including shopping cart death, when a player shopped until they dropped, a police car junk rift death where a player was arrested, or an own vehicle death when they forgot to set the parking brake. Fortnite did a collab with Ghostbusters, releasing multiple male and female skins. If you take a close look at the male skins, they actually contain old gadgets from the original 1980s film, but all of the female skins contain more modern gadgets from the more recent 2016 film. A Lack Pack back bling is a carton of milk that shows on the side that Jonesy's missing, which actually ties in directly to the story at the time during Chapter 2, when Jonesy went missing during the Primal season. We all know that when you wear the Midas skin, anything he touches turns to gold. During the Bodyguard LTM in Chapter 2, all players are wearing suits with gloves on, and Epic Games noticed this detail, and if you're using the Midas skin, the gloves stop him from turning things to gold. Since Fortnite first added bots in Chapter 2, there are some secret bot names you can encounter, including Athena or Apollo, which are the code names for the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 map, How Are My 90s, Drum Gunner, and 90 Cracker. During the Chapter 3 Season 3 Vibin trailer, Darth Vader uses the Force on a Stormtrooper to make him a bit taller. This will allow him to go on the roller coaster that was added to the map, but was also a direct reference to the first film from the line, "Aren't you a little short to be a Stormtrooper?" The Brat skin is an awesome secret detail, where on the back of his hat, there's actually a symbol that shows a dog face inside of a flame, which of course means hot dog, because the Brat skin is literally a living hot dog. Brutus's many tattoos were revealed with his summer style added in 2021, revealing 3 tattoos all related to his mum, including her name on his left arm, Mama's big baby on his back, and Love Mama Always also on his back. In Season 6, Epic added something that I think should still be in the game, where if you were talking in-game, your character's skin's mouth would actually move to match what you're saying. It was only available for a certain number of players and later got removed, but I definitely think they should add this back. When Fortnite first added taming into the game in Chapter 3, riding them for the first time will show a little heart appearing above their head to show that they're now yours. However, taming a new animal or seeing that animal die will see the heart break above the original animal. The amazing cube emote showed players trying to solve a Rubik's Cube puzzle. The cube is actually colored blue, gold, and purple, which was actually a reference to the future color of the cubes that would come to the game 2 seasons later. If you ever go ahead and purchase any of the football skins for the first time, and if you purchase anything in the item shop, please spend a second and enter code ALIE. It's the best way to support me, but the football skin specifically will have a default number of 14. This is because the number 14 is literally a fortnight. 2 weeks or a fortnight is 14 days. Epic Games literally think of everything. The happy slap emo actually has a very small chance of failing. If that does actually occur, the music will become out of sync from your actions and the crowd will even boo you. After shield pots and medkits were updated in Chapter 5 so that you could actually stop using them partway through, it added in an additional detail where if you use a shield potion before it's finished, you'll throw it on the ground and you'll actually hear the glass smashing as a sound effect. During the infamous original Black Hole event in 2019, entering a specific secret Konami code would actually activate a Fortnite version of Space Invaders. It even tracked high scores and could be played during the entire Black Hole downtime. The Bush Ranger skin would actually tease a few events coming to Fortnite years later, as Brie Larson actually got her own locker bundle back in 2021, and she used the Bush Ranger skin in her locker. At the same time, additional styles were added to the Bush Ranger, including a purple leaf version and a blue mushroom version, to tease Chapter 3, Season 2, and the plant biome that would come along with it. And the whole reason she got her own locker was the fact that she'd actually end up being in the game as the Paradigm later in Chapter 3. And Sarah Connor's skin has a hidden detail where one of her styles shows a bandage behind her right shoulder. This is actually taken directly from the movies because she was attacked by a Terminator and got injured in the exact same place. And back in Chapter 2, Fortnite added the Parallel Universe loading screen, which teased tons of things that wouldn't come to the game for years, including the Mega City theme, the Alien season, the Vox Hunter outfit, and the Foundation's banner, all hidden in this image. So many secrets hidden in Fortnite, but so many things added and then removed very quickly afterwards. If you want to find out about them, click on screen for another Fortnite list video. I'll see you over there.